Biafra na-enwe ụmụ Israel na-enwe ọṅụ ka anyị ji ana ee na so anyị ala ụmụ Biafra n'ala anyị n'ala nsọ ngwanụ ka anyị lawa aka kpuchi ọnwa we are unstoppable, we are indefatigable. Ebe anyị nala obodo ọma the 14 states of Biafra ngwanụ anyị ana ihe Chidere odego ya Chidere anyị Biafra anyị alawala ma ndị nọ n'obodo oyibo ma ndị nọ na Naịjirịa ma ndị nọ na mba ụwa ọzọ dị iche iche obi kadawala ọ na-agbanyụ n'ugwu na ndịda oge ụnụ anyị erugo webe ọṅụ eluigwe na-enwe ọṅụ anyị apụọ ana m anụ ya na so gbaa ya agba ezi ụka nwayọ na so we dey do am papa jiri ya nwayọ kama gbara m egwu a nwayọ ụmụaka ụmụ Biafra ụmụ ọma anyị a na-anụ n'obodo ọma ahụ obodo ekwere anyị na nkwa ekene otito dị n'ọbasi nke igwe eze Chineke abịa m ụra onye na-etinye ụzọ ebe ụzọ na-adịghị odumala Biafra omen ụna
Welcome. Thank you for joining us today on this very amazing program. Please, as you join this program, like and share the program, invite other people to join us because it is going to be a bombshell. Wherever you are, join us on this program. As you're joining, like and share the program. Invite somebody to join us. Invite somebody to join the program wherever you are. Consult anybody you know that is supposed to hear us to come and join us. Today, you all know what is going on today. It is a very special day. Today is a special day, one of those days we have waited for. Every one of us know what is happening today, that the supreme leader of IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, was in court today. And a lot of things happened. a whole lot of things transpired. And we are going to try as much as possible to give the recap for you to know the outcome of the case today. The outcome of the case today is very, very clear. And we are not surprised because the Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Nigeria, Mazi have already said it. He has already said it before time. No trial is going to hold. And Mazi Nnamdi said it. No trial will be allowed. When he said it, some people thought it was a joke. Some of us maybe would think he was just saying it to entertain you. He was not saying it to entertain you. When he says no trial, it means no trial. When Mazi Nnamdi say, I will not be tried under their idiotic system, he meant every word of it. And that is what it is. It is what it is. You can't try Mazi Nnamdi under their idiotic system. It does not matter how they try, they will not succeed. It is now becoming very, very clear that the case of Mazi Nnamdi is bigger than the zoo. We told them and they thought it's a joke. Today, they are running from pillar to pole. They are running from pillar to pole. They can't be able to control their idiocy. They are being exposed on different angles. And finally today, as we have known, we knew that they're not going to do anything. And just as our Prime Minister said, nobody should try Mazi Nnamdi in the court of the zoo because he has not committed any offense. The Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Nigeria, made a statement and told the lawyers, you should not allow any court to sit. There cannot be any sitting under this very condition. They have violated all the rights of Mazi Nnamdi. Continue to hold him under solitary confinement. Even when he has won his cases, they refuse to leave him. And all of a sudden, you want to start to try. What are you going to try? What are you trying? What case are you trying? We want to know. What case actually do they want to try? But as we know, the Zoological Republic, they have made their march. The supreme leader of IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi, is indestructible. It doesn't matter how they try to do it. Mazi Nnamdi is standing his ground. It is either Biafra or nothing. He has said it and said it that it is too late. Mazi Nnamdi told them long time ago that it is too late. You think your intimidation can make him change his mind? You think your intimidation can make him start doing something different? You are mad. You don't know what is coming. You do not know what's coming. Mazi Nnamdi must be released unconditionally because he has not committed any crime known to man. Every propaganda and blackmail you are seeing them pushing right, left, and center, they are going to get tired of it suddenly. Suddenly, everything is going to be flushed into the toilet. They have no charges against Mazi Nnamdi. And it is very clear. Before this time, we knew what is going to happen. Every follower of Mazi Nnamdi, more especially his disciple, his senior disciple, knows what is going to happen. Before today, the Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Nigeria, Mazi made an announcement, and he gave the instruction that Mazi Nnamdi must not be tried in the zoological court. He must not be tried. Today, that instruction has been obeyed. The instruction of our Prime Minister, Mazi, has been obeyed. Today, no trial held. As if that is not enough, everywhere is on fire. The judge is running for her life. Binta Nyako is running. She is escaping from the assignment. Binta Nyako has resigned from the case. That is where we are. Whether she resigns or she doesn't resign, we don't care. We don't want to know whether she resigns or not. That is not our business. Our business is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released unconditionally because he has no case to answer in the Zoological Republic. They can continue to hold him for all I care. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is innocent and must be released unconditionally. Let's see some information we will be able to gather from the court of today. Let us watch and see some update we can get, and we talk about it.
Talk about out of court settlement, if you don't mind. So, has that made any progress towards that? In terms of
My lawyers have been about to actually tell you that.
but you've been able to meet with them after that particular day.
Have you dealt with this very issue?
No, no.
Which one?
It has to be after court. We can talk about that.
Which one?
We're here for the judicial proceedings.
The political solution now. We are waiting for federal government.
Visit you after the proceedings the last day.
Absolutely.
We're here for the judicial proceedings.
We're here for the.
We can address the other one.
We'll do that later. And we have written a letter to them now. They have not replied.
Okay, no problem.
No, they have not responded. Yeah, they have not responded. I met with the Attorney General. So what are we political solution?
You heard it. Letters has been written to the Attorney General to do the needful, but they refuse to respond. So when you think by keeping quiet and folding hands, they will release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it will not happen. The lawyers are doing their own part. But I am telling you that the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu depends on what the government of Biafra is doing today. That is why we must continue to obey the government of Biafra. And as they have refused to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they will receive woto. The woto is going to increase. Remember, the lockdown of the institution continues. It will even get tougher. Just watch and see what it is.
No. And most of you journalists take time to go through some of these judgments and then come to your ruling. Go through all the rulings and the judgments. You know we have no case. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm a magician. Like a magician. I don't mind. I don't want to federal government team. Not frustrated so that it will not be a
I don't understand. I have
That is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Bishop, at least I can see you.
At least at this time you can see that the press has access to Mazi Nnamdi. When the White lawyer, the criminal White lawyer was there, it was as if that coming inside the court with phone, you said SB. Now you understand the person that was making it impossible for the information to come is the White lawyer. White lawyer was the one making it impossible for Biafrans to know what is happening in the court. Anytime Mazi Nnamdi can come to court, they will not allow anybody to come. They will say, off your phone, don't do it. But today you can see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu granting interview in the same court where White lawyer prevented Biafrans from coming in. The White lawyer even prevented this Ejimako. Allow Ejimako A fellow lawyer that is defending Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Karawhite lawyer, the criminal Karawhite lawyer, prevented him from entering this very court. Initially, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not even given any chance at all to speak to press or even talk to his family. But today, the game have changed. Anytime Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come to court, at least we can hear his voice. We can hear his own opinion. But before this time, the criminal lawyer, Ifeanyi Ejimako, continue to push Biafrans aside, continue to hide Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Biafran people. But today the game have changed. And as the game have changed, the Prime Minister of Biafra is in charge, following suit, when he said nobody should sit any case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You see what is happening today? And Binta Nyako is on the run. Binta Nyako is on the run. But she can run, but she cannot hide. Let's continue to watch the update that comes from the court today.
Don't block me. Don't block me. Don't block me.
It is no longer business as usual. Initially, it is very difficult. But I tell you, freedom is very close. Freedom is very close, and it is in your hand. It is not everywhere. Freedom is not anywhere. It is not in Nigeria. It's not going to come in from Nigeria. Freedom is going to come from diaspora, from you and I, you, the Biafra people. We are the ones that are going to bring the freedom. When our Prime Minister said that, some of you think it's a joke. Everything that the Prime Minister says is exactly the truth. If you doubt it, you must be fooling yourself. If you doubt it, you are deceiving yourself. Today, it is becoming very clear. It is becoming very, very clear to everyone that the freedom of the Biafran people does not lie in the zoo. Because the zoo has they have nothing to offer you. They will continue to frustrate everything you do. You see the lawyer complaining that they are the one frustrating the case. Of course. That is what they are known for. They will do everything to frustrate the case. They will not even make any trial. All you're going to be hearing is come today, come tomorrow, come today, come tomorrow. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has passed through this whole process, and they returned him back to start afresh. And you think it's ordinary? It is not ordinary. It is not ordinary. But no matter what they do, we will definitely overcome them. Let them continue their propaganda. Let them continue all their blackmail. Let them continue all their idiocy. We, the Biafran people, we know what we want. And they will never take it away from us. We know what we want, and we will get what we want. We will get our desire. The only thing you can do as a Biafran is to continue to support Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wherever you are. Freedom cannot come from any other place except from us, the Biafran people. Freedom doesn't come from this.
Maxwell.
Know this and know peace. Freedom can never come from the zoo. Only those who are intelligent enough to understand will understand that freedom does not come from the zoo. If you think that freedom is going to come from the zoo, think again. You are wasting your garden time.
I will be here to fight because freedom is not coming from Nigeria. Freedom is coming from abroad. Freedom is coming from the United Nations. Freedom is coming from Washington, D.C. Freedom is coming from the European Union. Freedom is not coming from Africa. Freedom is not coming from Nigeria. Freedom is not coming from Abuja. Freedom is coming from America. It's coming from Europe. You don't know that, know it. No matter how sad.
Did you hear it? If you don't know that, know it now. That freedom does not come from anywhere in the zoo. You can't get freedom there. If you don't know it now. No matter how bad it sounds, freedom can never come from the zoo. That is why our prime minister made that statement. I told them, don't allow them to try him. And actually, they obeyed it.
Don't block me. Don't block me.
And I bet you it is going to get more interesting. Let's keep watching the updates. They continue to push Mazi Nnamdi Kanu right, left, and center. They continue to push him around. And they think by pushing him around, that will make the Biafran people to surrender. They haven't seen nothing yet. They have not seen something yet. It is going to be much more tougher. They are going to meet Biafrans at the right point. And I bet you, Biafrans are ready to fight until the last man standing. If you don't understand it, understand it now. Already we know that freedom cannot come from the zoological body today. That is why we take our own freedom in our hand to protect ourselves, to defend ourselves, and to defend our territory. What has Mazi Nnamdi Kanu done? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has not committed any crime. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not do anything wrong. But they continue to hold him because of the wickedness of the zoo, because he's a Biafran. Because he's a Biafran. That is why they are holding him. There's nothing else. Somebody asking for the freedom of his own people. Is it a crime to ask for freedom? Is it a crime to ask you to leave his people alone and let them go in their own space? We must continue.
I was actually surprised that a high court have refused to obey or abide by the determination of a Supreme Court judgment.
And then take the only part that is against him and then refuse to apply the part that is in favor of him.
This cherry picking of what was contained in the Supreme Court judgment is what I'm against.
Yes, that's correct.
It should be implemented holistically.
Yes.
I'm not against facing any trial.
Judgment.
After all, I'm innocent, so they have not been against me. But there cannot be any trial when key sections of the Constitution and a key Supreme Court judgment has been violated by a court of law.
So you'll be patient for the case to go back and come back to the court?
This is my 4th year in solitary confinement in detention. The 5th year will not kill me.
Sorry, what of it is?
Now you see how prepared Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is. You hear how committed Mazi. When I tell you people that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is determined for Biafra, he is not stepping back 1 inch. The president that day was about to ask him, so are you ready to continue to stay here? The delay and all that, they continue to keep you for. He said, I have been here in the 4th year. The 5th year will not kill me. He is determined to find justice no matter how long it takes. But we cannot allow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be there for that long. We can't allow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to continue to be there. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has shown his commitment to the Biafran people. It is left for us to show our own commitment to him, to support him the best way we can, and we will do so. Wait for the speech of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Eba. They are going to see Woto Woto. They have not seen anything yet. If you think you have seen Woto Woto, you haven't seen anything. As long as they continue to keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in their custody, the zoo will be decimated and destroyed. There is no two ways about it. The zoo will be decimated and destroyed. They are holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They think that that is going to solve the problem. It will not. It will only intensify the problem. And if you think you want to break him, Now you can understand from his statement that you cannot break him. You cannot break Mazi Nnamdi, you cannot try more.
By a court of law.
So you be patient for the case to go back and come back to the court?
This is my 4th year in solitary confinement in detention.
The 4th year, they tell me, okay, since the trial cannot hold, so you want to go back and come. He said, this is my 4th year. Even if it takes to the 5th year, I am not going to die. You can understand the formidability of the heart of Mazi Nnamdi.
The 5th year will not kill me.
The 5th
Sorry,
year
what if the case is also reassigned back to her? Will you still become
It's not going to happen.
No, it won't happen.
It won't happen. It doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen that way.
The woman has withdrawn from the case. And they are asking, what if the case is returned back to her? She resigned from the case, rescued from the case. And they ask, what if they bring this? She can never come back to the case, will never come to her table again. It is not done in law. The case left your table, it has left your table, it has left your table. Binta Nyako on the run. The dragon fire is burning her and she cannot handle it. That is where we are today. Just like our Prime Minister said, the lawyer should make sure that no trial holds, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot be tried in any court in Nigeria. Said their own court. That is what their own law say. And their own judge have also interpreted it and said, so it is. But they have refused to obey their own court. They have refused to obey their own court. Their own court said that anybody that tries Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist. But because of their evil agenda, they continue to try him. I didn't say it. Their own court said it. Let me bring it up. The first time Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come to court, their own court said it.
That's what the law says. Anybody standing in trial or coming to try me is a terrorist. That's what their law says. Section, not me. As simple as that. Section 2, subsection 3F of Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act. That's what it says. Any court considered to try me is committed an act of terrorism. Yes. Very clear. You cannot violate a treaty that Nigeria entered into and then come to try that very person. Is not done anywhere in the world. So you must be aware of that. So that is why there is all these ridiculous delays. That is what Supreme Court said. I did not jump bail. My home was invaded. They came to kill me and I survived. They came to Kenya to kidnap me, brought me back to this country and seeking to try me, which the law says cannot happen. You cannot violate a treaty that Nigeria entered into and then hope to stand on that illegality to conduct the trial. Is not done anywhere in the world. I have it in my case. Nobody has, there's no exception. No exception whatsoever. That's what the law says. Section 12 of your constitution, what does it say? Any treaty ratified by Nigeria becomes law. It's law. You cannot change it. It doesn't matter what they do. All these shenanigans is just pure rubbish. You never stand. Not with me. I believe in justice and fairness. That's all.
Nigeria signed to survive, not to rendition.
You heard it from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu directly. I hope you heard it. Now you understand that he knows where he's standing.
It doesn't happen that way at all.
Thank you very much.
These are the things that the public must understand. Most of you journalists, the legal correspondents, you don't take time to actually study some of these rulings and judgments. Go and study. In fact, I'll give you.
Bring that envelope. Bring the envelope.
Look at it here. Look at it here. Look at it.
I'll give it to her because I think she's a bit more.
Give her the Refusal judgment.
Can you hold this for me?
She can.
I want to let the whole world understand something. Very, very clear. In all this is judgment of the Supreme Court. It made it very clear that even that the impartiality of the judge is questionable. And is here. Where is it? Please do bear with me. It says it here.
I like
what is it, page? What is that again? Where it says
page 18.
all these things are online. Is it not page 18? All these things are online. So I suggest that the journalists in this country actually take out time to do some basic research. It's not difficult, just minor research.
That is the problem. The journalists do not make any research. All the journalists in Nigeria will just sit back. They will just sit in their office. The Zoological Republic Asorok will write something and give to them. That is why the channel television, Arise Television, NTA, and all the rest of them bunch of clowns who are working there. They cannot do their own investigation. They can't even make inquiry. That is why all of them, even after the judgment of the Supreme Court, they continue to peddle lies and they say, Mazi Nnamdi cannot jump bail. He jumped bail. He did this, he did that. But the judgment have been passed. Up to the extent of saying that Mazi Nnamdi cannot be tried in any court. He has won them. Everything is online, but these journalists, they will never ever go to make inquiry. They prefer to frame their own word. They prefer to believe what they have in their heart. And based on what they have in their mind, they will begin to push propaganda and blackmail. Based on the money they are being paid, instead of telling the truth, they will continue to push lie. You see why we must leave the zoo? You see why we must leave the zoo? The judgment is there with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Somebody who is in detention is the one today trying to provide the judgment to the journalists. You see how bad it is. Somebody in detention is the one today providing the judgment that is online. Judgment that was given by Supreme Court is online. The media don't have a copy. They didn't read. They didn't study. All they come here is to ask us stupid, unnecessary questions. They come and begin to ask Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stupid and unnecessary questions. The judgment is there. You can browse it online and get it. Anywhere is there. But look at it. It is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that is volunteering to provide his own copy and give them, because they are a bunch of clowns who cannot do what they are supposed to do. And only in the zoo is where you see this kind of attitude.
Some of these rulings and judgments. Yes. Go and study. In fact, I'll give you.
Bring the envelope.
Look at it here. Look at it here. Look at it.
I'll give it to her because I think she's a bit more.
Give her the Swiggle judgment.
Can you hold this for me?
She can.
I want to let the whole world understand something. Very, very clear. In all this is the judgment of the Supreme Court. It made it very clear that even that the impartiality of the judge is questionable. And it's here. Where is it? Please do bear with me. It says it here.
I like
what is it. Page? What is that again?
Where
it says
page 18.
all these things are online. Is it not page 18? All these things are online. So I suggest that the journalists in this country actually take out time to do some basic research. It's not difficult, just minor research. You will understand the virtuousness, the emptiness of all the charges against me.
Okay.
They kept switching the charges. They said I committed this crime in England, isn't it?
Yes.
I made a broadcast in England.
Yes.
And in 9 charges leveled against me, this place where I committed this crime was London in the United Kingdom.
Yes.
When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that no court in Nigeria has jurisdiction to try me. Because since this offense was committed in England, so they said, it's only a UK court that can give a Nigerian court the authority to proceed, isn't it?
Yeah, based on that, they removed London.
Based on that, they now amended the charge again and removed London.
Location of the broadcast.
Location of the broadcast.
Just imagine.
Contrary to section 196.
174 of the Terrorism Prevention Act 2022.
In violation of their own laws. Violation of their own laws. And you want me to stand trial under such circumstances? Is that possible? Nnamdi Kanu to stand trial where these shenanigans are going on? It's not possible.
Because the
Now you understand exactly what our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa said. He said the lawyer should make sure that no trial holds. Now, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out to speak, when you listen to him and you listen to Mazi Simon Ekpa, if you are still doubting that they are together, you are an idiot. Mazi Simon Ekpa made that comment and said, no trial is going to hold today. The lawyers should make sure that no trial hold. And you can see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu speaking. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say he cannot be tried under these idiotic people who do not obey their own laws. Because justice can never come from Nigeria. Justice can never come
I
from
will be
Nigeria.
here to fight because freedom is not coming from Nigeria. Freedom is coming from abroad. Freedom is coming from the United Nations. Freedom is coming from Washington, D.C. Freedom is coming from European Union. Freedom is not coming from Africa. Freedom is not coming from Nigeria. Freedom is not coming from Abuja. Freedom is coming from America. It's coming from Europe. You don't know that, know it. No matter how sad and bad it sounds. But that is the fact. So why should I go to Nigeria?
Did you hear it? No matter how bad it sounds, that is the truth. Freedom cannot come from the Zoological Republic. They will not give Mazi Nnamdi Kanu freedom. The freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the freedom of Biafra. You free Biafra, you free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I don't know why it is difficult for some idiots to understand. And these clowns, go to their platform, you see what they are talking. Rubbish. Rubbish. Before today, our Prime Minister have said exactly what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said here, that he cannot be tried under these idiotic people that don't obey their law. The same thing Mazi Nnamdi said, don't allow your case to be tried here. Today, you see what is happening. Exactly what Mazi Nnamdi said. That is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is reiterating here. And I want you to listen again.
Based on that, they now amended the charge again and removed London.
Location of the broadcast.
Location of the broadcast. Contrary to section 196?
174 of the Terrorism Prevention Act 2022.
In violation of their own laws. In violation of their own laws. And you want me to stand trial under such circumstances? Is that possible? Nnamdi Kanu to stand trial where these shenanigans are going on? It's not possible.
Because
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot be tried. And for some of you who don't know why they are persecuting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I want you to listen carefully. If you don't know why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being held today, if you don't know why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being persecuted, if you don't know why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being held captive, you will understand now. Listen carefully to this very message.
They want to close everything down. And they think.
I want you to pay close attention. Pay close attention. You will understand why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in detention. Why they don't want him to be free. You will understand. Just pay attention.
Other reason why he was kidnapped from Kenya, other than to end Biafra struggle. Because they know Biafra struggle is not a crime. It's not a crime. He can never ever be sentenced and convicted in Nigeria. Never. That is because there is no law. There is no law to convict Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But you know what?
Hear it? Did you hear it from our Prime Minister? Our Prime Minister made this comment earlier, many years ago. And I want you to pay attention. Hear it directly. Why what is happening today is happening. And that is why our Prime Minister also told Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, don't allow your case to be tried. They have no right to try it. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is saying it, they cannot try him. Why are they holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu?
Other reason why he was kidnapped from Kenya, other than to end Biafra struggle. Because they know Biafra struggle is not a crime. It's not a crime. He can never ever be sentenced and convicted in Nigeria. Never. That is because there is no law. There is no law to convict Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But you know what? The law empower them. Not even the law does not even empower them. Somehow, when they want to circumvent the law, to detain him as long as possible. You can imagine the people that were released the other day. 15 good years. 15 good years. Do you know 15 years? 15 years you can be anything you want to be in this life within 15 years. Within 15 years, your life, everything you want to be in this life, you can achieve it within 15 years. I am very serious. If you do not achieve it within 15 years, you are going to build the foundation to prepare you to what you are going to be in life within 15 years. But you know, those people were detained for 15 good years. At the end of the day, they were going to court. Of course, they have to see a reason to detain them. They take them to court for 15 good years, only to now release them that they could not convict. So when you stay in detention for 15 good years, you have which kind of prison I want to give you again? Okay? What it means is that in some state, in some country, you have served 30 years imprisonment. Are you aware of that? In some country, when you stay 15 years, because when they give you verdict, you have to, you know, sometimes in a place, depending on the country, you serve half of the verdict. Okay? You serve half. If they give you 10 years sentence, you are going to serve 5 years. Half of it as a first timer. So if they give you 7 years, you serve 3.5. If they give you 30 years, you serve 15. So what kind of you know, what kind of sentence are they going to give them? They have served systematically 30 good years for staying 15 years in prison. After 15 years, they acquitted them. So, my brother, this is the same thing these people want to do to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and that cannot happen. So we need to, you know, when you come, you see, I want you to understand what I'm trying to say, because for you to do to make the right choice, right decision, make right move, you must first of all understand why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in the first place. If you do not understand the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not kidnapped, then you are not supposed to be in the leadership of this movement. So the only reason why he was kidnapped was to end Biafra struggle, and now that thing is happening. So how do you think that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released when the reason why he was abducted is already happening, and you are already succumbing to it? You know, I don't understand what is going on. When you talk, they say we are looking here, the case adjourned. You are going to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case adjourned again. Believe me, with what is going on now, you are already dancing to the tone of the government. The government wants the Biafra agitation to end. And because you have given them the green light that you are ending it, and we will not allow it to end. When you give the green light that you are ending the Biafra struggle, they will never ever release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu until they succeed in making sure that you end everything. That was the reason. So what it means now is that it is only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that have the gut to request for Biafra. That is what it means. And if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have told you he have millions of people following him who can be even more dangerous, you are proving Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wrong, including proving all those who are on social media saying, you think you're Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, don't worry, you are going to see other people worse than him. You have proven those people and you are proving them wrong, including Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is why he said, I will not disappoint you, but you will disappoint me. Obidogo. It is happening. So my people, I want everybody to meditate on this. First of all, know the reason why he was abducted and kidnapped, and the extraordinary rendition to Nigeria is to stop Biafra struggle. And now they have tested you, you have fought for it, and you say, oh, if we do this thing now, they are not going to release him. Let us stop everything. Some of them, they have even stopped playing the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's very appalling. I don't get it. Honestly, I don't know whoever that is advising this kind of thing. I don't know. Because Nigeria government can never ever release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu when they have come to know that you are doing exactly why they.
Now you understand why we must intensify in what we are doing. Can you now understand why we must increase the force, increase the tempo? Anything we are doing as Biafran, we must increase it, because the IPOB Nigeria are always trying to give the Zoological Republic impression that somehow, that the Biafrans are surrendering. But I tell you, the presence of the Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa is the terror that they cannot be able to handle. The presence of Mazi Simon Ekpa scares them to hell. That is what Mazi Simon Ekpa is explaining. And what you saw Mazi Simon Ekpa explaining there a long time ago, it is what is happening today. That is what is happening today. It is because of the presence of Mazi Simon Ekpa. That is why you see they are lenient. That is why you see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu even have the audacity to come out and speak. That is why they gave him the free chance to speak. Remember when the Karo White lawyer was there? When the Karo White lawyer was there, you know how difficult it is for people, for the press to interview Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When the Karo White lawyer was there, you can't even interview Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Where will you stand? From where? They won't allow people to enter there with their phone. People, once you enter the court, you switch off your phone. Even a lawyer, Jimako, the fellow lawyers, he was blocking the fellow lawyers from coming to court. That is how bad it was in the era of the criminal. The criminal, the Karo White lawyer, Ifeanyi Ejiofor. But I thank Chukwu Okike Abiama that finally today, the Biafran people have found their way. Finally today, under the command of our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa, it is a different ball game. They cannot hide it anymore. They cannot stop the movement. They can't stop the Biafran people. My fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching from, you must continue to support the government of Biafra to continue to do everything they are doing for the reason of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is the only thing that can free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Any other thing you think you are doing, if not that, you are wasting your time. Freedom cannot come from the zoo. Freedom can never ever come from the zoo. Freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to come from Biafran people, from you, from me. It is based on what you and I are doing. The reason they are holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is to end Biafra. And because of wickedness, because he's a Biafran, I want you to hear from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
The place where I committed this crime was London, in the United Kingdom. Yes. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself.
They removed it.
I told them that no court in Nigeria has jurisdiction to try me.
They removed that London.
Because since this offense was committed in England, so they said, it's only a UK court that can give a Nigerian court the authority to proceed, isn't it?
Yeah. Based on that, they removed London.
Based on that, they now amended the charge again and removed London.
Location of the broadcast.
Location of the broadcast. Contrary to section 196,
174 of the Terrorism Prevention Act 2022.
in violation of their own laws. In violation of their own laws. And you want me to stand trial under such circumstances? Is that possible? Nnamdi Kanu to stand trial where these shenanigans are going on? It's not possible.
Thanks.
The persecution against the Igbos.
No, let them give them a fresh one, not the ones. No. We have many of that.
Mr. Kanu, last one last question. One last question. Reference to what she has asked earlier. One of the senior judges at this court.
And I have respect and love for her. She knows.
What if this case comes back to her? Because
It is not possible. It's not possible. This persecution of the Igbo people, this orchestrated, almost global persecution of the people, stops with me. It cannot happen. Very well. It can never happen. That is why we do what we do. That is why I do what I do. I am campaigning for the freedom of my people because of the persecution that we are facing. Yes. It's as simple as that. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yes. The rules change.
Did you hear him? Did you hear Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Hear him and hear him clear. In a clear statement, hear him very, very clear. He's not missing words. He is not missing words.
I have respect and love for her. She knows.
what if this case comes back to her? Because
It is not possible. It's not possible. This persecution of the Igbo people, this orchestrated, almost global persecution of the people, stops with me. It cannot happen. Very well. It can never happen. That is why we do what we do. That is why I do what I do. I am campaigning for the freedom of my people because of the persecution that we are facing of the Igbo people. This orchestrated, almost global persecution of the people stops with me. It cannot happen.
Very well.
It can never happen. That is why we do what we do. That is why I do what I do. I am campaigning for the freedom of my people because of the persecution that we're facing. Yes. It is not possible. It's not possible. This persecution of the Igbo people, this orchestrated, almost global persecution of the people stops with me. It cannot happen.
Very well.
It can never happen. That is why we do what we do. That is why I do what I do. I am campaigning for the freedom of my people because of the persecution that we're facing. Yes. It is not possible. It's not possible. This persecution
Did you hear him?
of the Igbo people,
Hear him and
this
hear him
orchestrated,
clear. You wouldn't say you
almost
didn't hear him.
global persecution of the people stops with me. It cannot happen. It can never happen. That is why we do what we do. That is why I do what I do. I am campaigning for the freedom of my people because of the persecution that we're facing. Yes.
Exactly.
It is not possible. It's not possible. This persecution
is standing up
of the Igbo people,
by Mazi Nnamdi.
this orchestrated, almost global persecution of the people stops with me. It cannot happen.
Very well.
It can never happen. That is why we do what we do. That is why I do what I do. I am campaigning for the freedom of my people because of the persecution that we're facing. Yes. It's as simple as that. Nothing more, nothing less. Yes.
The rules change when it comes.
We can stop. Wherever you are as a Biafran, you must stand strong and stand firm. Stand strong. The enemy we are up against, they are not relenting. Hear this from our Prime Minister.
Is the question. Why is it that the Europeans are afraid of other countries within Africa, may follow up the breakup of Nigeria, and they would want to break up and form their own country? I want you people to ask yourself, why are they thinking like this? Because I have come across a lot of arguments where somebody will say, okay, they want to maintain Nigeria so that, because they are afraid. According to them, during the 1970 Biafra, the issue was that if Biafra, succeeded in breaking away from Nigeria, other African countries will want to follow suit. Now, I ask again, why are they afraid of that? My people, it is not about natural resources. Some people say they are afraid to lose natural resources. It is not afraid to lose natural resources. No. Of course, business is part of it. Business is part of it, which natural resources is also one of the factors. But this is not the issue. The issue here is not about the natural resources. Because anyhow, they are still going to have access to these natural resources. Somehow, they are going to have access to it. But it is not about natural resources. Well, so when natural resources is one compelling factor, but we should go beyond natural resources. It is time we begin to think beyond natural resources. It is not about natural resources. They are afraid of the economic power that will come from Africa when Africa divide along tribal line.
That is why they don't want us to be free. They are holding Mazi Nnamdi in detention against his will, and we will not allow that to happen. No matter how they try, we will not allow them to continue that persecution against Mazi Nnamdi. We will not allow it to continue.
This place where I committed this crime was London, in the United Kingdom. Yes. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself.
They remove it.
I told them that no court in Nigeria has jurisdiction to try me.
They removed that London.
Because since this offense was committed in England, so they said, it's only a UK court that can give a Nigerian court the authority to proceed, isn't it?
Yeah. Based on that, they removed London.
Based on that, they now amended the charge again and removed London.
Location of the
location of the broadcast. Contrary to section 196?
174 of the Terrorism Prevention Act 2022.
In violation of their own laws. In violation of their own laws. And you want me to stand trial under such circumstances? Is that possible? Nnamdi Kanu to stand trial where these many things are going on. It's not possible.
That's the persecution against the Igbos. The persecution
No, let them give them a fresh one, not the ones.
No.
We have many of that.
Mr. Kanu, last one last question. One last question. Reference to what she has asked earlier. One of the senior judges at this court.
And I have respect and love for her. She knows.
What if this case comes back to her? Because
It is not possible. It's not possible. This persecution of the Igbo people, this orchestrated, almost global persecution of the people, stops with me. It cannot happen. Very well. It can never happen. That is why we do what we do. That is why I do what I do. I am campaigning for the freedom of my people because of the persecution that we are facing. Yes. It is not possible. It's not possible. This persecution of the Igbo people, this orchestrated, almost global persecution of the people, stops with me. It cannot happen. Very well. It can never happen. That is why we do what we do. That is why I do what I do. I am campaigning for the freedom of my people because of the persecution that we are facing. Yes. It's as simple as that. Nothing more, nothing less. Yes.
The rules change.
You have had it. And that is where we are.
I will be here to fight because freedom is not coming from Nigeria. Freedom is coming from abroad. Freedom is coming from the United Nations. Freedom is coming from Washington, D.C. Freedom is coming from the European Union. Freedom is not coming from Africa. Freedom is not coming from Nigeria. Freedom is not coming from Abuja. Freedom is coming from America. It's coming from Europe. You don't know that, know it. No matter how sad and bad it sounds. But that is the fact. So why should I go to Nigeria where freedom is not coming from? It's coming from here. I will be here. Biafra freedom will come from diaspora. I promised them for many years, since 2021, that I will bring the Biafra freedom from diaspora. I want you to look around yourself. Is it not coming from diaspora? They thought they have locked everywhere. If you go to Nigeria, they kill you. If you do, they will challenge you. Come to Nigeria, so we'll take you serious. Come to Nigeria. Because I will not come to Nigeria. If you want to die, go and put yourself on hold up. I will not come to Nigeria. I will be here to fight for my people, and I will be here and free my people from Nigeria. When Queen Elizabeth was controlling you in Nigeria and doing amalgamation, was she there? Was she there? Queen Elizabeth, the same Lord Lugard, was she there? I will do like her. I will be here and free Biafra, and then I will come to unify Biafra people after Biafra has been recognized. I will be here to fight because freedom is not coming from Nigeria. Freedom is coming from abroad. Freedom is coming from the United Nations. Freedom is coming from Washington, D.C. Freedom is coming from the European Union. Freedom is not coming from Africa. Freedom is not coming from Nigeria. Freedom is not coming from Abuja. Freedom is coming from America. It's coming from Europe. You don't know that, know it. No matter how sad and bad it sounds. But that is the fact. So why should I go to Nigeria where freedom is not coming from? It's coming from here. Thank you very much.
Nnamdi Kanu is live in Federal High Court, Abuja today, right now.
So, my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching this program from, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Okike, never get distracted, no matter what the enemies do. I want you to listen to the word of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The same man, he has never changed. You heard him say, when they asked him, do you want to be going and coming back to, he said, I have been here for the 5 years. For being here for the fourth year, if I'm here up to the 50th year, I will not die. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, initially, we will not stop. We will not stop. Hear him.
And we are not going to stop. I want the world to understand me very clearly. We are not going to stop. It doesn't matter what it takes. It doesn't matter how many lives they extinguish. It doesn't matter the genocidal tendencies they bring with them into our land. We are not going to stop. Everybody listening, everybody watching, everybody remotely interested in justice and peace must understand this. Our destination is freedom, and that very place we're heading to is Biafra. And nobody, no soul on this earth can stop us. Instead of Biafra not to come, we all perish. I want our adversaries, our enemies to understand this very, very clearly. We are not going to retreat, not 1 iota, not 1 inch, because Biafra must come. Because the hatred have continued to this very day. As I'm speaking and addressing all of you right now, they are still arresting extrajudicially murdering people in our land, people who are alien to our culture, our way of life, our tradition. They are in our land directing their people to slaughter, to kill without mercy. Unfortunately, those we regard as political leaders have connived with these people to ensure the decimation of their own population. That is the type of nonsense we can no longer condone, as you all know.
lekwa Nigeria ma dosa ya Chineke nnadị ngosi onye ọbụla na-ekpe ekpere ka Nigeria wee wuru ofu nna nke Brgie ndị dị etu a wee laa ha n'iyi Chineke nna kiwe biko bịa kiwe kpọọ ha ọkụ kpọọ ezinụlọ ha ọkụ ka ha ra agbanyeghị ndị ha bụ ọbụladị ndị ụkọchukwu onye ọbụla mehụrụ ọnụ ma kulie wee sị na ọ ga-adịrị Nigeria na mma ọ ga-adịrị onye ahụ na mma na ezinụlọ na mma site gosi wee na-eme n'ụbọchị nketa obodo ekwensu bụ zuu Nigeria lekwa Nigeria ma dosa ya Chineke nnadị ngosi onye ọbụla na-ekpe ekpere ka Nigeria wee wuru ofu nna nke Brgie ndị dị etu a wee laa ha n'iyi Chineke nna kiwe biko bịa kiwe kpọọ ha ọkụ kpọọ ezinụlọ ha ọkụ ka ha ra agbanyeghị ndị ha bụ ọbụladị ndị ụkọchukwu onye ọbụla mehụrụ ọnụ ma kulie wee sị na ọ ga-adịrị Nigeria na mma ọ ga.
The zoo has ended and there is nothing anybody can do. If you like, run from pillar to pole. The zoo will never survive. I appreciate everyone that has been part of this program. Thank you for participating on this program. Tomorrow we are going to continue with some other informations and some other videos that is going to come up. I urge you in the name of Chukwu Okukabiam, do not get distracted. Do not be deceived. We must continue to pursue the restoration of independent state of Biafra until Biafra comes. It does not matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter their weapon of warfare. It doesn't matter what they throw at us. What matters is that we are ready to be free, and we are going to be free. We will take our freedom. We will not beg for it. Thank you so much for being part of this program. I will see you again tomorrow. By the grace of Chukwu. Thank you and stay safe.
That's so. Ayala. Umu Biafra nala. Ayala na lanso. Ngwanu kailawa. Aka kuchoma. Aka kuchoma. We are unstoppable. We are indefatigable. The 14 states of Biafra. One. Ayana. Chidere. Oh, Degoya. Chidera in Biafra. Ayala wala. Mandi no n'obodo Igbo. Mandi no na Nigeria.
I want those of you who who are hardcore, those who were chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is a message for you. Those who from their mother's womb were born. You do this very well. You must be very, very strong.
When the Boroku, Nijimwero Wekumu Biafra, when the Siputa, Makamwero Wekanyinaga, Biko Kulien, Okeruo, Biko Kulien, Iye Jamalike, Okeruo, oh, when the Boroku, Makamwero Wangi, oh, when the Buruchekwa, Makamwero Wekumu Biafra, Biko Kulien, Okeruo, Biko Kulien, Iye Jamalike, Okeruo, the spirit of Biafra, Biko Kulien, Okeruo, when the Biafra Gideon, Biko Kulien, Okeruo, oh, Amadike no na donjon, Mugekweki Eremeyae, Bodike, Mosike, Rurachobalike, Biko Kulien, Okeruo, Biko Kulien, Iye Jamalike, Okeruo. The Prime Minister of Biafra Republic government in exile, Mazi Simon M. It want to smooth to swing a banner on Abuja. Never got up on my Abuja. Oh, Guinea. Mazi Simon M. Emesu Wokwere, Onyendu. Iye Jamalike, Imapa Simon M. Iye Jamalike, Simon M. Watakatabo. Ojuda Kwenyi, Mwikwere Onyendu Kine Betata. I will follow you, I will follow you, I will follow you, never look back. I will follow you, Prime Minister Veronye, Aniga Wanuga, I will follow you, Anina, I will follow you, I will follow you, The question is this: if Nigerian government failed to organize referendum for children of Biafra, are you ready to lead us to do anything in order to get freedom from Biafra? And I'm going to be number one to follow you. If you're looking for 100 men, you will find 50 in me. Ogwe Bucharangwe, Mazi Simon Epa, or Guinea. Mazi Simon Epa, Biko, GC, Gaga, Nogu, Atakata, Kaina, Ojuda, Uwe, Kwipolonyendu, Kine, Menata. I am 50 men, oh yes, and I said, promise. I will follow you, I will follow you, I will follow you, never look back. I will follow you, Prime Minister Veronye, Aniga Wanuga, I will follow you, Anina, I will follow you, I will follow you, Oh, Madike Biafra, Dahi Boroka Biarole, Iye Jamadike, Biafra Republic government Abuja, Iye Jamadike, Commander General Brgie, General Rapotuso, Zona Atakata.